Might Sir Emmerich perhaps have received word of Dravani in advance? Or mayhap they have located as, that is to say, mayhap Nithok has been found. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say. Yes, I think we should get to know the news.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You want a dragon?
You speak of Hraesvelga?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelga's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
Wait, why?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. It's not imposing, Sir Emmerich. To Melicity and I, Ishgard is a second home. After the many battles we have fought and bond we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in the salvation, then pray impose all you must. Yes. You are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nithog's will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally. Indeed, with that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataru that you will be escorting me to Som Al. I confess I did not provide the exact detail of our destination, as they are as yet unknown to me. I will summon Hersvelgur at Zenith in Turning Mist, ere we begin our ascent. However, I think it's best that we pay a visit to Annex Shrine. You seek an advantage in the coming negotiations? I do. I would consult with Vidofnir. I propose this is part of our concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it would have grave consequences for our alliance. That part she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned. To the Dravanian Forland then. Yes, I want to see how she's faring. Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and her companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty to protect. On behalf of Iskard, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal. I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of Knight who I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace, when man and dragon use as comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor. For a truth, there can be no peace while Nithog's shades yet linger. That is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Som Al to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowest as well as I how he will answer. Hersvelgur's heart remains unchanged then, a pity. But if it's folly yet to hope, I content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way with thy kind, go then, but be warned the Shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. We get food. Vitality. Let me take the cider. Because I know that's for a healer. I don't really need a buff right now, so I'm not stressing over much about which food I'm taking. Alphino seems eager to press on. Though I expected no better answer from Vidofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It would seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. Left to you, Master Alphino. Scout ahead if you wish, Majesty. We shall join you outside Moorcombe. Perfect. I mean, it's... as long as we keep on trying, then it's gonna be worth it. Let's go check out Moorcombe and see how everybody is faring over there. I'm thinking about taking my head off. Oh, ow. Gosh, I'm stiff today. And take my hat off so we can see our face properly. I had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream One's mind paints a pale picture of His Majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak when Estinian and Isali yet walked at our side. Oh, hey! Kupo! Is that you, Malicity? Hello. Ah, it isn't Mog... Don't tell me you've forgotten my name, Kupo. After all we've been through together. But at last, you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Malicity? Apologies, friend, but all muggles look the same to me. I'm sorry. I see. Kupo, then I suppose your time around the campfire meant less to you than I thought it did. Is Mogan, by the way? Oh, I'm sorry. But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friend to Mock home, Kupo? We need to go talk to the dragon again. Ah, another audience with old Tresvilger. Well, I hope you brought the horn, Kupo. With the wind as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the great worm's ear easily enough. That's good to hear, Mogan. Thank you. We had best press on to Zenith while the winds are in our favour. Is this the first time Sir Emmerich gets to see a Muggle? He's surprisingly, chill about it. I'm sorry, Mogan, but you all look the same. Now, that was unexpected. Kupo, Chieftain Mugglin will want to hear about this. Yeah. I don't... they're all named Mog something. I don't mean to be rude. But I feel like I can't be blamed for not remembering the name of a Muggle. I barely remember the names of my students and I've been teaching them for a week. What then a Muggle I travelled with for a short distance. Some good long time ago. Hey, Tresvilger. If you get a crafted to 50, make sure to do the Muggle Beast Tribe quest. I will. I'm gonna end up doing all the Beast Tribes eventually. You dare summon me again, mortal?
Great Hraesvelga. 'Tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Come on. Just speak to the dragon.
Greetings, Hraesvelga. I am Emmerich de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
I wish they didn't speak dragon tongue. To parley, think thou thy purpose unclear to me? Thou art come to beg mine aid in battle against the shade of my brood brother. Yeah.
You foresaw mine intent.
Well, of course. I bet that what is written plain in thine eyes. Would that thou had the wit enough to scry the answer in mine.
Alleen in esk tishwich I ultran fakin an
My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge twixt man and dragon, a bridge which thy treacherous forefathers are fit to tear down, as thou well knowest.
Lis ech niteg kasmon ikin Lis noan jas an es in Salen mon anesh Undahai in.
Think ye thou Nithog was alone in despairing at the murder of our brood sister? Think ye thou mine own soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon that accursed day, my heart did wither in my breast, and thy kind became unto me the harbinger of despair.
Stapol I ani nithek Shin hes iso al nuor fa is in an.
Is only Shiva's gentle dream that preventeth me from flying at Nithog's shoulder. Be grateful that I swore to a pure aggression ere I consumed her.
Set osk kom I nithek kin an. Nosk de gan en.
I permit my children to offer or deny thy aid as they see fit, to warn thy people of my brood brother's coming, that thou would dare ask more of me, but affirmeth thine incurable arrogance.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Hes dan dai lai in.
Perceivest thou such light in the dusk of my existence?
I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
Is non. Kai sia in. Hol hes esk dier falsu. Nesk an in esk bar.
Isale, piteous, deluded Isale, the child did lament her past sins, and sought to balance the scale with her remaining days. It was her unquenchable passion, so allied to that of my beloved, which did spur me into flight.
An. Snau hau us hesnesh. Ikin en an.
And for mine own part, I would countenance no longer the hands of evil men to use my brood brother's eye for ill.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Snosk inlet lai. Nolosk asis an.
Oh, he's
Ek
not happy.
monkin una en.
Spare me thine idle sophistry. Even were there a mote of truth in thy reasoning, what of it? Would thou have me slay mine own sibling to save a city of mortals?
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Segmon infin, sesk antis ekmon, kill al ud.
Thou would strike down thy friend, and by example of thy righteousness, persuade me to break mine oath and kill my kindred? Hey. Oh yeah, this happens sometimes, Emmerich.
Sloskna, dyrkin illes, kolhes nar inish, draor in.
Heed me, my child. The servant of Hydaelyn envision a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Iskar, but for the doomed dragon slayer as well.
Da niteg, ngarjas, nosk in an, slisva holkas, kai in na.
Believest thou the shade to be Nithog's returned? It is not merely a manifestation of his vengeance. The shadow cast by thy brute brother's rage? I would not commend thee, but ponder well thy course, lest it lead thee unto greater remorse. While the shade of vengeance remain, the future will ever be uncertain.
Esgniteg, esgdir ulgar an, el in an, hes nesh an, esk jas ong, ong ingar.
Nithog's transformation into race incarnate is in part of mine own doing. I rendered unto him mine eye, and empowered his revenge thereby. But 'tis the purity of my brute brother's wrath that lendeth him his all-surpassing might.
Al in ul water, smahes in an.
Hast thou the strength of will to stand against so terrible a shadow? I wonder. It would seem I must put thee and thy companion to the proof.
Sway in Ratatoska dis die an. Slosk kin. Skol ich les evil.
I shall await thee in the ruin where Ratatoska once dwelled. Heed well the word of my children, and hasten thee to the place of thy trial. I guess we can do that. Oh. We have a spying muggle.